Hello class, this is Mrs. Poffenberger, and today's lesson is going to be on the levels of biological organization. The first level of biological organization starts with the atom. An atom is the smallest unit of matter that cannot be broken down. Some examples of atoms can be hydrogen atoms, oxygen atoms, chlorine atoms, nitrogen atoms. Any of those can be atoms. Atoms are made up of three parts: electrons, protons, and neutrons. The second level of organization is the molecule. So atoms are going to combine together to form molecules. Molecules are the smallest unit of most chemical compounds. Some examples of molecules would be things like water, DNA, RNA, carbon dioxide. All of these things would be molecules. The third level of organization is the organelle. So molecules combine together to form organelles. Organelles are specialized parts of a cell. We learned about a lot of organelles when we talked about the cell. Things like chloroplasts, mitochondria, endoplasmic reticulum, the cytoskeleton, all of those parts are organelles of the cell. When all of those organelles combine together, we are going to get the fourth level of organization, which are cells. Cells are the smallest functional unit of life, and there's lots of different examples of cells. Here we have pictured a nerve cell, which is responsible for sending signals to other cells to tell them what to do. But you have all sorts of animal cells, plant cells, skin cells, so lots of different examples of cells. Cells then are going to combine together to form tissues, which is our fifth level. Tissues are just a lot of the same cell coming together and performing a specific function. So if we take a lot of those nerve cells or those neurons that we saw in the last slide and put them together, we can then form nervous tissue, which you see pictured here. In the nervous tissue, you can distinctly see 3 neurons. If we take tissues and combine them together, we'll then form level 6, which is organs. Organs are made up of tissues that work together to perform a specific activity. So examples of organs, we have pictured here a brain, a sheep's brain, and we have a pig's heart pictured. Other organs would be the small intestines, the liver, pancreas, all of those would be organs. Organs then combine together to form organ systems. An organ system is just a group of 2 or more organs that work together to perform a specific function for an organism. So examples of organ systems would be the nervous system, urinary system, circulatory system, digestive system. All of those would be organ systems. The nervous system here is made up of the brain, the spinal cord, and all of the nerves coming off of the brain and spinal cord. When we put all of the organ systems together, we then can form level 8, which is the organism. An organism is just an individual living thing, and our example here would be the bison. Humans are organisms, any type of insect, any plant, any animal, all of those would be organisms. When we take lots of organisms of the same kind and we put them in one specific area, we then have a population, which is level 9. And our example here of the population would be a herd of bison. We can also have a population of humans. For instance, if we look at Mercersburg, we can see the population of humans in Mercersburg. When we take populations and we combine them together, so we take all the populations that live in a specific area, we then have a community, which is level 10. So in this example, we have the population of bison, population of hawks, population of snakes, prairie dogs, and populations of grass. We put all those together, we now have a community, so populations that live together in a defined area. When we put that community together with all of the non-living things in that environment, we then have an ecosystem, which is level 11. So we take our populations of hawks, snakes, bison, prairie dogs, and grass, and we now combine that with the stream that's going through the area, the air, the rocks on the mountains, all of those things that are non-living When we combine them with all the living things, we now have an ecosystem. And then if we take all of the ecosystems and we put them together, we now have the biosphere. The biosphere is the part of the earth that contains all the ecosystems. So basically it's the whole world. Everything living and non-living makes up the biosphere. This concludes the lesson on levels of organization. Thanks and have a great day.